Good morning, students. So today we will discuss about the concept of density of a unit cell in a crystal. So far we know from our previous classes that density is nothing but mass divided by volume. Now, if the edge length of the cube in the unit cell, if the edge length is equal to a, and if it is a cube, then volume will be equal to mass by a cube. Now this mass will be equal to how much? This mass, say if it is equal to any value m, where as m can be written as mass of one atom. So mass of one atom will be equal to m by Avogadro number, and number of such atoms will be equal to the total mass. So if you multiply it with by z, this is small m, this is the molar mass. For 1 mole, whatever mass is there, if we divide it by Avogadro number, then we will get mass for one atom, and this is mass for z number of atoms. So number of atoms in simple cubic is equal to 1, so z will be equal to 1. Number of atoms for BCC is equal to 2, so it will be equal to 2. Number of atoms in case of FCC will be equal to 4, so it will be equal to 4. Alright. So total mass will be equal to mass of one atom multiplied by the number of atoms. So instead of writing capital M, we can write now density is equal to small m, that means molar mass, multiplied by number of atoms in the unit cell, divided by volume of the cube, and then Avogadro number. So we are dividing it by Avogadro number, means we are finding it for one atom and multiplying it with by the number of atoms here. So we can solve a number of numericals based on this concept. You may be asked to find out the edge length, you may be asked to find out the number of atoms, you may be asked to find out the molar mass, you may be asked to find out the density. And we have to apply mathematical IQ or mathematical skills to solve the problems, whatever it may be. Say one problem is there here, an element has a BCC structure. So very clearly Z is equal to 2 with edge length 288 picometer, and density of the unit cell is equal to 7.2 gram per centimeter cube. How many atoms are present in 208 gram of the element? So in this kind of problem, first of all we have to see that density is given in centimeter cube and edge length is given in picometer. So we will convert picometer into centimeter. So we know that 1 picometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 12 meter or 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter. So we can write A is equal to 288 into 10 to the power minus 10 centimeter, and volume of the unit cell cube will be equal to cube of this 288 centimeter cube. Try to calculate this value. 2.4 10 to the power minus 23 centimeter cube. Now this is the volume of the unit cell. Now what is the volume of the particle? If the weight is given and if density is given, we can find out the volume occupied by the particle. Occupied by the particle there are more than one particles, we write particles will be equal to (208 gram) divided by 7.2 gram per centimeter cube. So gram will nullify and this value will come out to be cube. So now when we know the number of particles, volume occupied by the number of particles and total volume available, so we can find out how many unit cells are there. So number of unit cells will be equal to number of unit cells will be equal to volume of the particles divided by volume of unit cell. So it will be equal to 28.9 centimeter cube divided by 2.4 10 to the power minus 23 centimeter cube. This comes out to be 12 into 10 to the power 23 unit cells. Now if you see the problem, in the problem it is said that this is a BCC unit cell. If it is a BCC unit cell, then Z will be equal to 2. That means one unit cell contains 2 particles. So 2 unit cell will contain, so 12.10 to the power 23 unit cells will contain 2 into 12 into 10 to the power 23 unit cells. For quicker calculation, I have not taken a number of values after decimal, so that the calculation becomes easy. So your answer will be nearly equal to 24 into 10 to the power 23 particles, or if it was an atom, then atoms. So based on the formula of density of crystals, this is a numerical problem which can be solved directly by putting the value in the formula itself. We know that density of the unit cell of a crystal is equal to molar mass multiplied by number of atoms divided by cube of the edge length, that means volume, and Avogadro number. So let us put the value and we will get the answer. You have to calculate the density. The question says silver forms CCP lattice. So from here we get that Z is equal to 4, because we have seen that in CCP and FCC Z is equal to 4. X-ray study is actually a technique to find out the physical properties of any crystal, like the distance between the two layers of the unit cell we can find out by passing light through it. So there is one formula called as Bragg's equation, so which is not required to be studied here. Only we have to take the value that through some technique used by X-ray, it is found that the edge length of the unit cell is 408.6 picometer. We have to calculate the density of the crystal. It is assumed that we know the mass of the, or molar mass of the silver. Alright. So molar mass of the silver is 108 gram per mole. So we'll put the value, density only we have to find out. This will be 108 gram per mole into Z will be equal to 4, because it is FCC. Edge length is given 408.6. Since it is in picometer, we will convert this into centimeter. Cube of this becomes centimeter cube, so that we can get the density in terms of gram per centimeter. And Avogadro number 6.022 10 to the power 23. Atoms per mole. So this is also atoms, 4 atoms. Atoms cancel, per mole cancel. So we'll be getting the value in terms of gram per centimeter cube. So we can calculate this value, and this value will come 10.5 gram per centimeter cube. So this kind of easy numericals are asked from this concept of density of crystals. Alright, so there will be many stories given that this method was applied, that experiment was done, but you have to find out that what values are given in terms of Z, A, M, all that. So if you can find out this value of the given data in the form of indirect statements, you will be able to put the value and get the answer. This is a very direct kind of a question. Alright, this will consist of 2 marks. This will be a 2 marks kind of a question. And if you don't write units, then marks will be deducted. Now, I just got one message from one of my students to clarify a doubt based on Raoult's law and Henry's law. The doubt is verify Raoult's law is a special case of Henry's law. Now what does Raoult's law say? According to Raoult's law, vapor pressure of any solvent is equal to vapor pressure of that solvent in its pure state multiplied by mole fraction. Mole fraction is what? Nothing but solubility. In terms of mole fraction, it's a concentration term. And what does Henry's law say? Henry's law talks about solubility of any gas in terms of its vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction, such that P is equal to KH into X. If P is constant, if vapor pressure of any particular gas or the partial pressure of any particular gas in the atmosphere or any system is constant, then we can write solubility of the gas in terms of mole fraction is equal to P by KH. This implies that solubility is inversely proportional to Henry's constant. Alright, so that's why we can write that solubility of any gas is lower if the Henry's law constant is higher. So you can SMS me the doubts. I will be sending you the doubts also. There is no problem with that. My WhatsApp number is 8875151100. So if you have any doubt and if you send your doubts, I will try to accommodate your doubt and send the solutions in this way. Alright, thank you. So I got a question today from one of my students. The question is based on why solubility of a gas are lower when their KH value is higher. That means if we compare the value of KH and their solubility, we will find that higher the value of KH, lower will be the value of solubility. It's very simple. We know that according to Henry's law, vapor pressure of the gas is equal to Henry's law constant multiplied by mole fraction. This mole fraction is nothing but solubility. Solubility in terms of mole fraction. So we can write solubility of the gas is equal to, the solubility of the gas is equal to vapor pressure divided by Henry's law constant. So very clearly solubility of the gas is inversely proportional to the KH value. So if it is inversely proportional to the KH value, then solubility of the gas with higher KH value will always be lower. So lower the KH value, higher will be the solubility, and higher the KH value, lower will be the solubility, because it is the inverse relation here. Alright. So one more question comes. Alright, it is very generic question. Justify that Raoult's law is nothing but a special case of Henry's law. So if you compare Raoult's law's formula and Henry's law formula, in both you will find that the vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction. Alright. But your question was, why solubility of gas are lower when their KH value is higher? So when the Henry's law constant will become higher, then solubility will become lower, because it is inversely proportional. Alright, it is inversely proportional. See this equation. Alright.